All right, so you have your fight coming up against Lara. How you feeling about that?
All good, man. You know, this is the fight we wanted. We finally get the opportunity. One goal of mine was to win the world title, but now I finally got the opportunity to become #1 in my weight class after winning this fight. You know, this is just another goal that's on my checklist to check off, and I can't wait to go ahead and let the world know who's the best in 154.
The interesting thing in this fight is that you have the most exciting fighter, Jarrett Hurd, versus what most people say is the most boring fighter, which is Lara. Do you think he's a boring fighter, per se?
Well, people call it boring, you know, if you're not a real boxing fan, but, you know, real boxing fans appreciate it to see his skills. Only thing about a guy like Lara, when you dominate an opponent so bad the way he do sometimes, people want to see you go out there and go for the kill and get him out of the way. He won't take any chances. He'll stick to what he's doing and just win the fight easily. But, you know, other than that, you can't really call it boring. It's just it's his skills, man. You know, he go out there and do what he do best.
This is your second southpaw in a row, skillful southpaw in a row. So was Trout a preparation for Lara?
Yeah, most definitely. Trout was a preparation for Lara. Like I said, we didn't have to fight Lara that way. Trout that way. To be honest with you, throughout the whole training camp, we didn't train to fight that way, to walk forward and just walk him down and bully them the way we did. But, you know, it was kind of practice for my upcoming fight with Lara. You know, in the gym we was more using our distance and range and my height and jab throughout the whole sparring. But, you know, something came in the fight where, you know, you just like practice walking them down, hit them with Chavez, getting it in and out and out. And, you know, that's what we did, and it worked perfectly. And we hope to bring that same way to, when we fight Lara.
That's one thing I noticed about you and your style is that you walk all your opponents. Well, since Harrison and Trout, you walk all your opponents down. It seems like you like to get touched first, and then it just like bring out the beast in you. It's like, don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. Is that true? My perception of that, is that true?
I mean, it kind of, man, like I'm like the Hulk, man. You know, you don't like me when I'm angry. But nah, man, you know what it is? It's more of that will to win. You know, if I feel like the fight is close, I feel like if I'm not doing something to dominate the fight, something just wakes me up to pick it up more. You know what I mean? And that's what happened in the Harrison fight. I went to the corner. My coach told me that, you know, some of these rounds are close. I don't know if you're winning them. I mean, you might be winning. You might have won that or not. And when I hear that, man, I'm like, I got to pick it up, because I don't know what these judges scoring, and I don't really want to leave it in their hands, you know. So I go out there and I'll pick it up. And, you know, the same thing happened in the Trout fight with the cut. Once I got the cut over my head, I was like, man, I don't know how well I'm under these scorecards, and this fight gets stopped, and I'm down, man. I'm gonna be mad. So let me pick it up, and that's when I picked it up.
It was literally like it was two different Jarrett Hurds, because you started out with your hands up, then you dropped them and started pumping.
Exactly.
And boxing, like, you know, I knew you were a pressure fighter, hard hitter, but I didn't know you had that many boxing skills to box with them. Are there more boxing skills that the fans will see?
Oh yeah, it's most definitely. You know what it is too, is that I didn't fight many southpaws in my career also, so, you know, I'm not as technical against them. You know, it's more I try to show them my awkwardness, because they're not used to it. They're used to the basic 1, 2, 3. So I try to throw different shots, looping shots. It's kind of like Deontay Wilder too. You know, people train for the basic 1, 2, 3. With Deontay Wilder throwing them wild shots, man, they don't know how to prepare for it, and that's why they get caught with those shots. And it's kind of what I try to stimulate when I get in the ring with these southpaws. But, you know, when I fight right-handed fighters, I'm much more comfortable. If you look back on my fights with Frank Galazzi and Oscar Molina, you know, I'm a little more technical, because that's what I'm used to seeing. But I only had about 3 or 4 southpaws in my career, so out of 21 fights, I'm still getting used to it though.
So how are you on weight? Do you have any issues making 54?
Nah, no issues, man. You know, my weight does get up a little high, but, you know, I always make weight, and I make it. I don't start too late. You know, I start, you know, 3 months before. I'm always on the schedule with my weight, so it's never like issue. It's never like I'm losing it too fast. But you know, I get up to about 180 sometimes. But you know, I always get the weight off right, and I make the weight every time.
Well, we see Jarrett Hurd in the higher divisions, the middleweight, the super middleweight, and the light heavy even.
Yeah, man. You know, to be honest with you, my prediction, I should be fighting 160 next year. It is not like I said, because I can't make the weight. It's more, I feel like if I beat Lara and Jamel Charlo, I have done everything in my division, and there's no point of, you know, stand there and fighting these other guys. I want to move out to bigger fights, you know, with Triple G's and the Canelos and things like that. Maybe Danny Jacobs, you know, make even bigger fights.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just amazed because honestly, like we were roughly the same height,
Right.
and I'm like 180, and I'm like, how is he making 150?
Right,
man?
yeah. It's crazy, man. I say the same thing. I look at these fighters that's at 54, and I be like, wow, I'm way bigger than them, man.
Yeah.
But
You're bigger than Kovalev, like seriously.
Exactly, man. I took a picture the other day with at the Showtime event with David Beterbiev, man. I'm like the same height as them. I'm like, they fight 168.
That's what I'm saying,
I'm like,
man.
hey, man, it's crazy, but you know, I make it away easy.